Good afternoon and welcome to PFL Sunday from a rainy Rizal Memorial Stadium. We've got a cracking doubleheader set up for you today. And we've got a cracker of a starter with the Philippine Army taking on Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Two teams desperate for a bounce back today after a difficult start to the season, going up against the top teams in Kaya and Manila Digger. Today, they're going to be going up against one another to see how they will fare in this one, get a nice gauge of what to expect for the rest of the season. Let's start things off with Philippine Army, who are desperate after a tough outing against Kaya FC Iloilo. And I'd like to bring in my partner for the day, Natasha Arquiroz Deito, onto the broadcast. Philippine Army have a great opportunity to rack up some points and to introduce themselves in a new way in this season.
Definitely, and I think that falls for both Army and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It's no easy task on your first day to go against the top two teams of the tournament. So now will be the real test. Let's see what adjustments they have made from the rude awakening and how quickly they can bounce back and show us what they're capable of in this season.
It's going to be a much better gauge of what we can expect from Philippine Army. Of course, in their opening week was up against an AFC caliber side, the defending champions. Today, makikita natin just exactly what they're going to be about, because Mendiola struggled as well in their last outing in the PFL, finished dead last in the table. Of course, Philippine Army coming back into the league after a brief hiatus. So ito na nga, no, makikita natin, are these teams going to be struggling this season, or are they going to be competitive? And this is a kind of match where we're actually going to get a chance to see them express themselves on the ball as well, and perhaps not just inside their own final third in defending and trying to limit the damage, so to speak. So let's focus in on Philippine Army. What would you like to see from them, Natasha, in this outing against Valenzuela PB Mendiola?
You'd want them to be able to make the adjustments from their first game against Kaya. When it came to defending, they did well with their offside traps. They were able to catch Kaya offside, the attacking players offside. But when it comes to closing down the gap, when it comes to allowing players outside the box, they just let players like Bedik or take shots outside the box. And as an organized army, you'd think that they should have that covered, making sure that each player knows who to take, when to close down, and when to zone defensively.
If the game plan works today, then perhaps we won't see such a busy Carl Viray. He had a great match despite a very one-sided scoreline. But Carl Viray was spectacular during that game, and we're going to like to see more from Roynick Bernardo, who is going to be anchoring the midfield today. And we've got an opportunity to hear from Ronel Hiner himself. So let's check in with him right now.
Galing kami sa malakas na team na kalaban. So, strategy namin dyan is kailangan namin yung serve muna si Mendiola. Pinag-aaralan namin kung paano kami mapapawi within this second game namin against Mendiola. So, within 10, 15, 20 minutes, kapag recover na kaagad yung every player ko, kuha na kaagad yung panalo.
Love the confidence from Coach Ronel Hiner. We're going to see a lot in the first 20 minutes. Meanwhile, for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, on the wrong end of a lopsided scoreline against Manila Digger, but they showed some life and showed some potential in that one. Natasha, what can you say about what you're expecting from Valenzuela PB Mendiola today?
For Valenzuela PB Mendiola, as we said, we saw patches and moments of them of brilliance, being able to transition a quick counterattack and score a goal. At one moment at the start of the game, it was 1-1 between Manila Digger and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. So coming into this matchup, you'd want to have a sense of more consistency for them, to have greater moments on longer strides, rather than how they had a good first half and they just completely collapsed in the second half. So you'd want them to just be more consistent coming into this second game. And I think that that's going to be much better, knowing that they were able to register much more players to be available for this matchup as compared to the first time when they only had 2 foreigners and only 5 players on the sub.
Yeah, definitely a much improved and more reinforced side for Coach Jeffrey Kwaikong. And, you know, we talked about moments of brilliance from them, and in particular, we have a player to watch in Victor Fayol, who was a goal scorer and certainly a player that expressed himself against a tough team like Manila Digger. And then, of course, we have Ruben Doctora, who's holding down the midfield, and so 2 players definitely that to keep an eye on. And what are you expecting from them today?
For Balot Doctora, you know, he's been around the block a long time. He was the long-time captain of Stallion. He was also a former national team player, the pride of Barotac from Iloilo, really just making his way here at the PFL and making a name for him, and now continuing on that trade for Mendiola. Imagine coming off from another club and then captaining the next club that you go play for. It speaks a lot of the values that you instill and how the team looks up to you, and I think that he will do a good job today to be able to hold his team together. He's their designated penalty kick taker, and he made sure to get that second goal for them in their first game.
We are getting close now to a kickoff today, and we're quite interested to hear what the head coach of Valenzuela PB Mendiola has to say. So let's check in with him now.
Now we plan to bounce back in the game. The players are motivated, especially coming from a loss against AFC level team. So now we players know that they can play the AFC level. So coming this especially both of us coming from a loss, players are motivated. They told me, coach, we will be all in on this game, especially army. We know that they are tough, they are veterans in this game, so we won't back down. We plan all out on this game. We plan to get the 3 points, first 3 points this season.
right, here we go. Let's take a look at Valenzuela PB Mendiola's lineup. New and improved for this week. Etheridge in goal for them. Doctora holding down the midfield and Fayol up top, providing the firepower. We're expecting more from an already somewhat impressive Valenzuela PB Mendiola on opening day, and we're looking for a resurgence from Philippine Army after a bit of a struggle against Kaya FC Iloilo. The first 15 to 20 minutes, as Coach Ronel Hiner said, going to be crucial in this game, so we're expecting things to come out quite hotly in this contest.
For Army, only one change to their first 11. Acedo is out, and in his place is Lunaspe.
So here we go. Philippine Army getting us started. Still no Janric, or rather Jalsor Soriano for them. Injured. So losing a bit of a veteran there. But Sai Villasenor holding it down in the middle of the defense. A bit of a shake-up in how they operate at the back. We'll see how Philippine Army are able to impose themselves. Didn't get too many opportunities to see them on the ball against Kaya. Pass is short to Doctora. Chance to get forward here. It's a lovely ball. Space. Danger is cut out.
And of course, for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, they've also made a few changes to their starting 11 from their first matchup against Manila Digger FC. Edulan, Fofana, and Aningalan, all three will not be playing in this matchup. And we'll have a closer look at De Silva, Etheridge, Rina as well.
On the right side, Valenzuela PB was actually going for a shot there. It was blocked. Looking to transition quickly is Army.
Army, of course, a team with no foreigners for their squad. They'll want to keep that ball down.
Ball has run through. Opportunity here for Army. It's crossed in. Great chance. And that one wide of the upright. It's going to be a corner kick. It took a deflection. That was a fantastic chance for Philippine Army.
And a great build-up from that right-hand side. The cross from Bernardo, the flick of the head from Gumban. Just couldn't keep it quite in frame. But a great way to start this matchup from Army. As we said, it's not easy going against the defending champions Kaya for your opening matchup. They lost 12-0. So let's see how quickly they bounce back.
Deep delivery, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. They're now getting the first opportunity of the game as we take a look at Ronel Hiner. He's going to be quite pleased with the opening 3 minutes. Valenzuela PB Mendiola going to be wary of the counter-attack. They were cut open on that last passage. Lined up in a 4-3-3, Mendiola. They've picked it off here. Space on the right side. Early ball into the box and into the hands of Carl Viray.
Viray quickly able to anticipate that low cross, gets to it first.
Really quite unfortunate that he suffered an injury in the last outing. Kahit medyo one-sided yung scoreline. Actually, Carl Viray was very active and actually quite effective in between the sticks. Offside ang itatawag dito. Flag is up. Eventually spotted by referee Chris Mark Mendiola.
Just a few inches offside. But in terms of the build-up from the right-hand side, from Palacio, to give that ball diagonal, to see the run of Gumban, positive outings for the side of Army.
And Army pressed up pretty high actually here. Their center backs are pushed up into the center line. They're looking to engage early. They're trying to ask the question of Valenzuela PB Mendiola here. Can you break us down? And right now, the answer is the pressure paying off for Army.
And it's also a game that's going to be between two very different teams in the way that they line up. Army is all about longevity, serving and being together for a long time. They play in and out, not only for the PFL, but as well as in Ang Liga and other tournaments, continuously playing together. For Valenzuela PB Mendiola, as we all know, this is a revamped squad. So everyone fresh, everyone new. So let's see which team will get the win or the advantage in today's matchup. The long-time connection or the revamp.
We'd expect that the familiarity will have a bit of an advantage for Army, but just how much that is, we'll wait and see. Valenzuela PB looking a little bit disjointed at the moment.
First few minutes, you could already feel that Army have been more on the aggressive side, and Mendiola just cushioning the attack so far of Army.
Bit of a pullback called by the referee on Jimson Cristal. Done well initially. There's been a lot of play on this side of the pitch. They're playing quickly. Medyo nakatulog doon ang Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Celis trying to get the ball into the box. Lovely opportunity. Great ball across the 6-yard box. Villaseñor trying to get that back into the danger zone. Etheridge called into action. Not quite the authority that Valenzuela PB Mendiola were looking for. But under pressure here.
An Army just starting this matchup from the get-go at a high pace already. Testing out Mendiola, not allowing them to settle into this match. Etheridge could have done better dealing with that cross.
Just to be clear to everybody who's maybe just listening, that's Jackson Riley Etheridge, not our good man Neo. What are the chances two Etheridges playing in between the sticks? Trying to activate the right wing. Philippine Army doing very well here in the opening 9. They've been suffocating Valenzuela PB Mendiola inside their own half. Trying to go long. Well spotted. Keeping it calm here, Philippine Army. Ito yung hindi natin nakita masyado mula sa unang laro nila kontra sa Kaya. Hindi sila nabigyan ng Chansa. Medyo humawak ng bola. Cristal formidable in the air. Got a touch, said the assistant.
Slightest of touches from Cristal, and throw-in will still fall to the favor of Army.
Lovely touch. Ball into the box. Etheridge there to collect. It's a few crosses now. Army have been able to deliver into the opposition box. It's a lovely run in behind. Chance here for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It's squared. And Villasenor just about getting there. Celis now got room to run. Not too many numbers going forward. He's going to look to switch it.
Just too much pace on that pass there from Celis. But Mendiola showing signs in this game. Quickly turning on the Jets on a quick transition and a quick counter. But just couldn't connect inside the box to just convert that chance.
There's a bit of conversation that this match could be a sleeper. And so far, nakikita natin, it looks like it's going to be an entertaining affair between these two teams. Certainly a very competitive 11 minutes or so.
And that's exactly what you want from your players, from clubs that lose big games in their opening fixtures, for them to bounce back quickly as possible, to make sure that people don't count them out.
Trying to go quickly. Doctora on the run. Very quick to cut that one out. Plays a bit stretched now. Valenzuela PB looking to take advantage. Cristal, lovely ball. Just about enough of an intervention. Some shouts for a penalty. Mendiola not interested. End to end. Room to run. Looking to go quickly. Trying to catch Etheridge off his line. Celis will want that one back.
But you gotta love to see that back-to-back action between Valenzuela PB Mendiola on the attack. A wonderful cross from Cristal. And then a quick transition for Army.
Almost had his pocket picked. Needing a turn and run here. Ano. Can he beat his man? Touch was a bit strong. Out for a goal kick.
That's great defensive work from Philippine Army.
Ano. Looking a bit confused. Akala niya na na-touch ng defender. Hindi natin nabanggit si Isaac Ano in the build-up to this match, but crucial in their first goal. And in a very difficult role, hindi niya masyado nakahawakan ng bola, but he is a battering ram up front for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And he's going to be certainly a player that Army will be very wary of. Deep run from Celis. Early ball. Clearance only as far as Palacio. Shot from distance is blocked. Transitioning quickly. That's the beauty of having Isaac Ano. He's held it up well. Cristal. Oof! Off the crossbar. What an effort from the left back.
And Cristal has been dangerous on those overlapping runs. 2 times in a row now. Decides to take it direct, hits the crossbar. Shaking things up for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. I said it, of course, that was his former club.
Chance here. Oof, not quite. Lapas. Natawagan ng foul doon. Medyo nagigising na dito ang Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It's taken some time for them to settle, but here they are. Off the woodwork, and now pressuring this Army side. Ball over the top, and it's going to be offside. Cristal looks like he's going to be a key figure for Valenzuela PB Mendiola today. Tireless on his left flank. Cleared upfield. Lots of room for Cristal. This time well anticipated. Ball comes early. That's great defending. Da Silva calmly back to Etheridge. It's a good ball into Doctora.
Da Silva, of course, one of their key signings for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Trying to switch that, but it was short. Chance to turn. Fayol. Torres shut. Great defending. But there's been some damage that's taken from that. Usman touching his lower back. There are a lot of question marks in what version of Philippine Army we're going to see this season. Last time they competed, finished 14th out of 15 teams. Only managed 7 points in that campaign. Of course, one of those points was a draw against Mendiola. But they really struggled in that season, Natasha. And this time, syempre, ang daming gustong malaman kung anong version na makikita natin. And already we're seeing signs of improvement under the watch of Coach Ronel Hiner. Chance here. Missed kick up front for Lunaspe. Slight nudge from behind. Rides the challenge. Doctora doing well. Couldn't find a teammate. And done well to stop the attack.
But so far, we're seeing that fluidity of passing for the side of Philippine Army. They're able to build up from the back, from the goalkeeper, find their players in the midfield, find the gaps in between.
That's just a sloppy ball from Celis. Straight into the opposition. Bit of a change in approach here. Wala sa mga nakapula. Trying to engage a little bit earlier now. And perhaps taking a page out of Kaya's book. Nakita nilang medyo pag minamadali ang mga defenders ng Army, maaaring mas nahihirapan sila mag-build up.
And you also have to love this transitional style of Philippine Army in this game against Valenzuela PB Mendiola. No goals to show for, but the style of play has been very efficient into being able to get chances up on top.
Just lacking that cutting edge inside the box. You could argue Valenzuela PB Mendiola with the best chance of the game. They did hit the crossbar, courtesy of Cristal. Asha doing well, looking to release Lunaspe. Masyado mabigat yung pasa, diretso kay Etheridge, De Silva. Manlapas.
And Celis for Army just needs to just reel that in a little bit. A bit too over-eager with the passes.
Alam naman natin si John Celis, very talented player. Very difficult to stop on his day. Just hasn't been able to find the connections.
But you can see it, his vision is there. He's seeing the runs, he's seeing the players running up on top. It's just the execution of the passes. Just needs to be polished, and Army could really be that much more dangerous.
It's a different role we're seeing him in as well, a lot deeper from where he used to operate when he was playing for the likes of JPV. He used to be a very tricky, dynamic attacker. It's been a lot of the men in white on the ball. Loose touch. Celis robbed. Chance here. Valenzuela PB Mendiola probing inside the box. Taken away from Virai's hands. Needing to shield that ball. Still in play.
That's why you always play to the whistle. Great work from Bernardo to keep that ball in play.
Missed opportunity for Army. Cristal. Ano. Getting Doctora involved. Touch was a bit loose. Recovered just in time, J.M.R. Cortez. Switch of play. They're going to find Ano. It's a deep cross. Shansa. Fayol. Fantastic opportunity. It wasn't easy.
Great work from Ano to keep that one in play. Heads that one back. But too much defenders in, making sure to put on that pressure on Fayol to make sure that he couldn't get a good shot on target. And how this game has been, Army enjoying much of the possession. They're able to seamlessly get from their defensive third to the attacking third. But it's Mendiola that have enjoyed two of the best chances so far, despite not having the possession as well. They've been more deadly with their chances.
Isaac Ano. He's been a real threat, and he's found Doctora. Fantastic stop from the captain. Two captains getting involved there. It was a great run from Doctora initially, and look at this for a goal-saving challenge. Crucial from Cortez.
And you gotta love it from the two captains, Doctora and Cortez, battling it out. Giving their all, but that sliding tackle, time to perfection.
You see, Doctora still has that eye for goal, finding the danger zones. And a corner kick. Rising high for that one. It's going to be a goal kick. Got some hops on him, Jimson Cristal. Halfway through. And I expect ni Coach Ronel Hiner na magiging mainit-init ang labanan in the opening exchanges. Has it delivered, Natasha?
Definitely has. You could see Army showing us their style of play, how they want to play better keeping the ball down. Their passing has been great. But Mendiola have just been really good as well with those quick transitions and quick counters.
Staying resolute are the Armed Forces team, and that is a meaty challenge, a very dangerous one. We might see a card come out here, and it is going to be yellow for Takardon. Maaring nakuha niya yung bola, pero medyo delikado yung pagkapasok. Nakataas yung studs dun sa 50-50. Let's have a look here. Medyo nakawala sa kanya yung bola in his recovery. Studs weren't too far up, a little bit over the ball perhaps. First yellow card of the game.
But that was a dangerous play nonetheless. He didn't have a full possession of the ball. It was a 50-50. He did pull back. You could see that he pulled back right at the very end. But hitting Badia was the one that warranted him and got him that yellow card.
One thing that has changed a lot in the way Army plays now is that could have been a potential flashpoint in previous editions of this squad. This time, no scuffles, no extracurricular activity. Let's get on with the game. And you gotta love that. Room to turn. Almost a lovely reverse pass. Mendiola doing well to plug the gaps.
And look how quick Army were. The moment that they lost possession, quickly closing down Valenzuela, PB, Mendiola, forcing them to go long. But the whole team of Army seemed to be in attack. When they move up, everyone goes up together.
Confident touch from Rena. This back line of Valenzuela, PB, Mendiola have been more involved than perhaps they would have liked. Looking to get Ano involved. Viday well off his line here. Very dangerous. And Doctora had that one on target. It's good anticipation from the defenders of Army to get back. Space out wide. Red shirts piling into the box. Cristal denied.
You could see momentum shifting now for Mendiola, able to string more passes together.
He's given a bit of room. Eric Manlapas thought he'd pull the trigger. Now he wishes he didn't. Hasn't been decided in the opening exchanges as Coach Ronel Hiner had hoped it would be, but they've expressed themselves and they've looked effective in what has been a very tight, competitive affair. Nakita natin yung shot statistics. Very close. 6 para sa Army, 7 para sa Mendiola. Two players out wide. Bernardo. Celis. Pull the trigger left-footed. Chance for a rebound here. Army missing that one. Badia couldn't make a connection, and now it's Ano and Viray getting involved. For the second time, nakikita natin si Viray so far out of his box to get involved.
But he has timed both come out to perfection, and that's important when you're the last man, you're the last goalkeeper who's playing on as the defender. He timed the header, he timed the kick as well. And he really has no choice but to come on out. because you could feel that Fayol and Ano, they're just creeping right behind the last defender.
It's part of the setup of Coach Ronel Hiner as well. He wants to push up really high. And a slight, actually not slight, quite a big deviation from what we've seen from Army in the past, who they would resign themselves to camping outside of their box and soaking in the pressure. This time, iba naman ang nakikita natin mula dito sa Armed Forces.
It's refreshing and it's really beautiful to watch.
Confidence from the left back. Room to turn here for Lunaspe. Hasn't quite figured out how to impact this game effectively at Lunaspe. Mendiola rushed. Cristal picking up the pieces. La Paz. Probing on the right side. Nice little shimmy from Takardon. The ball is touched and it's out for a goal kick. Nice little stop-start. They're saying there was enough contact there, perhaps, for a penalty. Let's have a look.
I'd say there was not enough contact for that to be a penalty, and the referee did a good job, as well as the linesman, who's right there as well, to make sure that they got the right call.
It was first real opportunity na makita nating maka-venture forward itong si Takardon. Very shifty player, he's got a lot of pace. He showed there a bit of the capability of his one-on-one.
And of course, we saw that it was La Paz and Takardon who connected there on that right-hand side. Two players, no strangers to one another, both played for UP.
Great opportunity, Doctora slides that one in. Cool as you like from the captain. Balot Doctora doing it again.
Balot Doctora, through the years, continues to be as reliable as ever. The captain getting on the score sheet, breaking the deadlock, and putting Valenzuela PB Mendiola up 1-0.
When you see how much room he has there, something went a bit awry with the organization of the defense. Got sucked out there, Sai Villaseñor. And Doctora. It's not always about the power, it's just about the placement, and he held his nerve. First blood going the way of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
He won back possession for them, made sure to stay onside when the ball was given back to him, and placed that perfectly across the face of the goalkeeper. Gets that goal for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And as we said, for all the possession that Army have had, they barely had any chances that really tested Etheridge.
Lunaspe. Initial control was good. Wasn't able to accelerate.
And you know, for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, also proving that possession doesn't always translate to goals. Depends on your style of play, and they've been so good with those counter-attacks and those quick transitions and creating something out of nothing.
A real gut punch for Philippine Army. This is the level we're playing at. You fall asleep for just a moment, and you will be punished.
That's right. At the PFL, it's a game of fine margins.
Lovely turn, La Paz. Setting Ano free. Isaac Ano! Stopped. Well-timed tackle from Sai Villaseñor. Had a lot to do here. Finding himself behind and denying the opportunity.
It's absolutely spot on. Great defensive work from Villaseñor to just continue on his run, stay upright, gets the touch, make sure that it doesn't turn into a chance.
Mendiola keeping up the pressure. Takardon. Medyo nanggigil as that ball was bouncing. It was a difficult opportunity. Bit of an awkward height. You see some of the supporters who are enjoying themselves here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Syempre, double header tayo today, so really gotta get comfortable here. Already a great opener, and still a fantastic second match to come. Seeing a shift a little bit in Army, bypassing their midfield and going long. Ano, had to be called for that one. Challenge from behind.
It's challenge on behind from Ano to Palacio. Chance now to just reset for the side of Philippine Army. In terms of style of play, they're able to pass that ball around, keep possession, get themselves in the attacking third. But it's what they do with the ball in the attacking third that has really spelled the difference for them and why they haven't gotten on the score sheet just yet.
Doctora triggering the press. Villaseñor under pressure from Ano. Villaseñor under a lot of pressure here. And he's done well. Veteran smarts from Sai Villaseñor.
But that was great press as well from Isaac Ano.
Lovely use of the triangle. Cristal is going to touch it on. Ano couldn't be involved as he was offside. Anything you can do, we can do as well. Army navigating the pressure with a bit of nice short passing and unleashing Celis on the right side. Can he find his teammate? Pass was delayed just a little too long. Celis couldn't find the wide runner.
Just a touch too many for Celis. But that would have been great. That counter, that passing from behind, connecting to the midfield, finding the attacking players.
Nice run from Roynick Bernardo on the left side. Actually, bukas na bukas. Kung nahanap lang siya sana ni Celis. Isaac Ano stretches a leg. And we're seeing the big man up front. Just a release valve for Valenzuela PB. They can get the ball forward, and Isaac Ano will handle the rest. Kung ikaw si Ronel Hiner, Natasha, anong iniisip mo on the bench right now?
It's more of who you can pick out from your team to create the difference up on top.
Isaac Ano lunging in for that challenge. Roy Kent Bedia being asked to stand up. Felt there was not enough contact. He's looking to clear that ball. Ano getting involved. It didn't look like it was malicious. Just trying to go for the block of the ball. John Celis has been involved in a lot of the moments where Army could have threatened. Here we see it. Ano looked like he might have gotten more of the ball than the man.
So Ano got the ball first, but the follow through of the kick from Bedia, just hitting the body of Ano. It's definitely painful. There's no foul, but it is painful.
I hope Bedia won't suffer from any lasting damage there.
Yeah, for the side of Philippine Army, again, you're able to get the ball, keep possession, bring it to the attacking third. Just a bit lackluster when they're in the attacking third. They haven't been clinical with the chances that they've had.
Nice spot from Villaseñor. Gumban finding room on that right side. Mendiola here. La Paz. Hindi nakarating kay Cristal yung bola. Just beyond Celis. Has been pushed up by Coach Ronel. It's a front three now for Philippine Army.
So a couple of in-game adjustments already in the first half for the side of Army. Just trying to get at least a goal back before the halftime.
Bit too lax from La Paz. And it picked away. Medyo nagmadali doon si Roy Nick Bernardo. Doctora. Pocket picked again. This time Doctora taking matters into his own hands. Takardon. Forced inside. Fayol stays wide. And here he is. Fayol trying to find Isaac Ano. Missed clearance. Ano! He's looking to curl that one. Isaac Ano hoping for the touch.
An Army lucky to get away with that. You know, those missed touches right outside the box turn into a chance for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. But for the side of Army, you could feel that there's a sense of composure from them at the back, defensively and in the midfield. If they could just apply that same composure to their attacking third, then they could just be that much more dangerous with their attacks, rather than very rushed.
Doctora gets it out wide. Cristal's got room. Can he pick out a teammate? Not for the first time. Villaseñor there to put an end to that attack. It's going to be a throw-in deep into enemy territory. Cristal gets it going quickly. Doctora. Wants to suck out Army from their defensive positions. Confident. Took a touch. And it's gone down there. Yuan Rena. It's going to be a yellow card actually para kay John Art Lunaspe. He's a bit disappointed.
I'd like to see a replay of that challenge again. From first glance, it seemed like a soft yellow. But let's take a better look at it.
Oh.
Yep, that's a yellow. It's completely stamped Rena's leg.
3 minutes.
Isa sa mga pinakamasakit na mga bagay sa football, yung maplansya ka. Studs on the top of your foot. You
It
can
seemed
see
like in that soft spot of like right by that ankle.
not an envious position. Yuan Rena. Looks like he's going to be okay though. So it's just a short break. It's going to be 3 minutes of added time.
Closer look again at our goal scorer, Balot Doctora. Just leading the charge for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. The captain getting on the score sheet and making sure that they get that advantage right before the halftime.
It's been a proper captain's display from Balot. Hindi lamang sa pag-score niya ng goal, but really motivating the guys, organizing the guys, and being a real nuisance in midfield. Great run. Great find. Chance here for Valenzuela PB. Offside ang itinawag kay Takardon before he could even release it. Doctora was close to adding a second.
But again, that was a great ball.
Flag was up right away. It was very close when you look at it there. Celis. An opportunity here, cutting inside. Bedia. Not enough to challenge the goalkeeper. Too soft mula kay Joshua Gatinaw.
That's right, just a bit too soft to really challenge Etheridge there.
It's a familiar story for Army in this first half. They're getting into all the right spots. But Etheridge hasn't had a lot to do.
From defense on to right before the attacking third, they're doing the right things.
Viray. Last attempt for an attack. Couple step overs.
Well-timed defensive work from Escosora.
Hindi bumenta kay Escosora yung mga step over. That's out wide. Takardon. Fayol. Not too many numbers going forward. He's going to go on his own. And that one well above the bar. And that is the halftime whistle. Mula kay Chris Mark Nanyola. Entertaining and competitive opening 45 as expected between these two. But it is Valenzuela PB Mendiola with their noses in front, with Ruben Doctora finding the back of the net. Philippine Army, though, giving a good account of themselves in this first half. It's still all balanced very delicately between these two teams.
They're definitely going to have to dig deep at the second half for the side of Army. Change things up on attack and find a spark plug to really just bring their attack to another level for the side of Mendiola. They'll want to cushion on that lead as well and put this game to bed early in the second half. So let's see how everything will unfold when we get back.
We've got highlights and second half action still to come. Stay with us. Copy. Halftime between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and Philippine Army FC at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Valenzuela PB Mendiola with their noses in front, courtesy of the veteran, the ageless Ruben Doctora. Fantastic goal to set up his side with a slight advantage after an impressive start from Philippine Army FC. Let's take a look back at some of the action.
At the start, it looked like Army had the better chances, but eventually Mendiola getting the thick of things, getting in the game. They were so quick on the transitions and the quick counters.
But Mendiola slowly finding their footing, and whenever they ventured forward, it looked like something might happen. Fayol getting very close on that occasion.
This is how the goal happened. That pass back to Doctora perfectly. Fayol making sure that pass to Doctora with the run was on side. Across the face of goal, just slots that in.
Yun ang finish ng veterano.
Oo.
Hindi kailangan ng power, sakto sa kanto. Ruben Doctora doing what he does best, scoring crucial goals. Meanwhile, for Philippine Army, they stayed in the fight, but this is where perhaps yung mga struggles nila talagang nakikita natin. It's in the final third. They're getting in and around the box, but they just haven't been able to create a lot of danger for the man in between the sticks as we take a look at the statistics.
44% possession for Army and 56% for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. 9 shots for Army, 12 for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. 4 on target and 3 on target for the side of Mendiola, and they were able to convert 1, making that 1-0 against Army. Again, for all the shots and chances of the side of Army, nothing really, as we said, that bothered Etheridge. But for Mendiola, every time that they had the ball just outside the box, you feel that, again, it could turn into something, and eventually they do get the slightest of advantage, getting that goal from Balot Doctora.
But of course, as it stands right now, still anybody's ball game here. The way Philippine Army has played, you could see they have improved from their previous edition. The way they've been building up, the way they've been holding the ball, their defensive organization is there. But without that cutting edge, it's a difficult proposition to find your way back into this game. And perhaps just a bit of a surprise at that 44% of possession. You expect they would have a little bit more, but when you look back at it as well, medyo nakawala sa kanila yung control ng laro as the half progressed.
But what you gotta love about this game as well is it's such an open game. We were seeing back-to-back action on both ends of the pitch, and that's exactly what you want. A highly competitive match here at the PFL between the side of Army and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. It feels like it's just a carryover from our triple header yesterday where we saw 3 close games, and it's nice to see that continue on to match day today.
And you, of course, 15 minutes in between that halftime whistle and this kickoff. What do you expect the coaches to be focusing on during the break with their boys?
For Valenzuela PB Mendiola, now that they've registered a lot of their other foreign players and other players, you can feel that they might be checking on the players on the bench to help out on the attack. Again, they did get a goal, but it's only the slightest of advantages. They did have more shots and chances, but only one goal to show for from the 12 chances that they did create. Backline has been spot on for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, which also contributed to why it was so hard for Army to break them down when it comes to the attacking third. For the side of Army, they're able, as we said, able to bring the ball together from the defensive line, find the midfield players, and find the attacking players, but just a bit of not enough composure when it comes to the attacking third and to making sure that they create hard chances.
It's great to see the fans coming out to enjoy the game. Everybody tuning in. We'd love for you to join us in the conversation. Use the hashtag #WeArePFL. We have a lot to talk about. And we'd love for you to join us on the weekdays as well, where we do the Minsan Football Show on Wednesdays, and sometimes Thursdays. We'd love for you guys to be part of the community, be part of the conversation, and of course, a little later on, we've got action between Manila Digger and Stallion FC Laguna as well. A real cracker of a Sunday here in the PFL.
You gotta love really just how much football there is going around, whether it's on the socials here, joining us at the live stream at YouTube or on the Facebook page, as well as coming on out live here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Show your support for the players. It's a nice, cool weather we have today. It's perfect for football. Yung aircon weather pero outdoors.
Ang pinag-uusapan nga natin, parang sarap maglaro. Wala masyadong araw pero hindi naman bumubuhos, so hindi naapektuhan masyado yung surface. This is certainly something that you wish for when you're stepping out onto the pitch. This nice and slick surface as well. But you can see, on the sideline here, Philippine Army trying to get themselves up for this one. And we're going to see perhaps some changes from their setup, because they do need to force the issue a little bit more in this second half. Medyo nawalan sila ng steam at the end of that opening period, so you'd expect these next 15 to 20 minutes again to be absolutely crucial for the cause of Philippine Army. So ito na nga, Desena papasok, pati na rin isang legend na si Nestorio Margarce Jr. And there's gonna be a replacement of a couple players. We'll get the confirmation shortly.
So 2 changes for the side of Philippine Army right before the start of the second half here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium.
Substitution for Philippine Army. Player number 19, Renz Gumban, replaced by player number 23, Nestorio Margarce Jr.
So Gumban, pinalitan.
Substitution for Philippine Army FC. Player number 14, John Art Lunaspe.
Naspe has made way as well. Ano flooring his marker. Chance here for Digger. or rather, Valenzuela PB, Mendiola.
Again, do stay tuned. This is back-to-back games here. This wonderful Sunday. Later on, it's going to be Manila Digger taking on Stallion Laguna FC.
Pinalilibutan kasi tayo ng mga Digger players. But already, we're seeing a continuation of what we enjoyed so much from that first half. End-to-end stuff. Perhaps no surprise with the substitutions para kay Coach Ronel Hiner. Nangangailangan sila ng firepower up front. And Lunaspe, despite putting in a lot of effort, perhaps wasn't really providing the cutting edge they were looking for. And Boogie Margarce getting an opportunity to steer the attack here. He's wearing the captain's armband now. And he's going to be pulling the strings in midfield.
But also, as we know, it is 1-0. Valenzuela PB Mendiola getting the goal at the 31st minute. Care of Balot Doctora. One of the more senior players, veteran players here.
Attack was spotted all the way. Fayol. Ardon. Nice return ball. Fayol with his head up. Getting Cristal involved. Cristal delayed the pass. Isaac Ano is going to win a corner kick.
Just something that I wanted to add to mention on. It's so nice to see that the older players getting the goal. You know, yesterday we saw Kiki Patrick Reichelt getting a goal for Wantagig, and now today Balot Doctora. Both of them, both these players, such veteran players, and also just showing that age is just a number. That they can kick it with the young guns.
A chance here for the men in red. Oof! Just over the bar from Isaac Ano. Certainly an area where you feel Valenzuela PB Mendiola have the advantage in these set pieces. They use their physicality, and Isaac Ano had done well. Wasn't tightly marked by Cortez. When you look at it in slow-mo, you'd think, Isaac Ano, even himself, you'd think he could have done better there.
To at least keep that header on a target in frame and really just challenge the goalkeeper. It's also a great delivery from Cristal. It's been a spot-on addition for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, defensively and when it comes on to the attacks.
Bernardo losing possession. Cut out by De Guzman. Villaseñor. Then calm on the ball in that center back position. Lose out. Valenzuela PB. You can apply maximum pressure now inside the opposition half. Arena getting it out wide. Cristal. De Silva. Real proactive defending. Margarce. Celis. Gets it right back. Margarce. Rather, that's Bernardo. We're seeing a shift already in Army's style here. 5 minutes in. Yung hinahanap mo, Natasha, na perhaps hindi nila kailangan masyado magmadali pag nasa loob sila ng opposition half. We're seeing that now here. They're recycling the play, keeping hold of possession. One of their longest spells on the ball, actually.
So far, they've been finding the gaps and the passes in between.
Bernardo wriggling free on the left side. Babagsak ang bola para kay Margarce. Cortez trying to thread the needle just beyond Roynick Bernardo.
That was a great pass from Bedia. Look at that splitting pass, and then the run of Bernardo. Just couldn't get his foot to it. But again, with Army, it feels like it's been the same story. The vision is there. They're able to get their players and the passes into the attacking third or even inside the box.
It is still so refreshing to see just that last passage of play mula sa Army. When was the last time we saw them knock the ball around like this? Into the hands of Etheridge. There's definitely been something brewing here with Coach Ronel Hiner on the sideline. It's not just the long balls or finding room down on the wings and crosses into the box. We're seeing a new dynamic to this Army side.
I guess for Coach Ronel, it's nice to see that he's made some tweaks for the side of Army. It's the same team, but an improved style of play.
Isaac Ano, matatawagan ng offside. Medyo nauna siya. Isaac Ano, rather familiar figure now with his arms out. Parang wala pa daw siya nakukuwang tawag in his favor. That is Raymart De Los Santos in the middle, by the way. It's been a well-refereed match that we've seen so far. Nothing controversial that has popped up. Celis.
We like to give the referees their flowers as well when they do a good job. Even the 2 yellow cards that were given to Tacardon and Lunaspe, and the non-call of inside the box, they have been spot-on decisions.
Tacardon, early ball, it's a lovely pass. Isaac Ano bundles the opportunity. Could have very easily been 2-0 for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
That was a great ball from Tacardon right behind that defensive line into the run of Isaac Ano.
That was a delightful pass.
He just hasn't been on his A game for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Opportunity. And heading that one wide.
And as a striker, that's as easy as it gets.
Decena. Could be his first touch of the game there. And we're seeing a cramp here. Not what you want to see at 55 minutes. It's from the center back, Iwan Rena. Quick look at Francis Tacardon. His best involvement in the match. A lovely pass. You have to appreciate yung konting curve na inilagay niya doon para talagang sakto para kay Isaac Ano.
Player, of course, that has played for UP, Loyola, now finding his way home with Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Cristal bombing forward. Has it taken away. Room to turn for Celis. Support on the left side. Bernardo stopped in his tracks. And Ano is a little too far forward. If I was there, Ano would have been offside. Desena dropping deep. Great composure from Army. Bernardo out wide. Celis opts to get more numbers forward. Cortez gusto sanang ibalik. Medyo mabigat lang yung pasa.
But Army continue to navigate their way in the midfield, getting those passes on, the 1-2s connecting. It's just that final touch that has failed them to really convert that build up into a chance.
We talked about the opening 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20. And we'll see Philippine Army really put their best foot forward. And in these opening 11, 12 minutes, we're really seeing how effective they can be. Meanwhile, mukhang mapupuwersa ang Valenzuela PB Mendiola into a substitution as that cramp is persisting para kay Yuan Rena. We're seeing the humorous side to things. You'd expect they'll have a few words with Yuan Rena about being forced off this early in the match. We're going to see the introduction of Gamlush Ali into this game. It looks like Keith Adulan, or Edulan, is going to be checking in as well. Gatinao has ventured forward a little bit more for Coach Ronel Hiner. He's going to be hoping that Gatinao is the man that can provide that a bit more of a clinical nature to their front line. Etheridge is going to restart this game as we see substitutions take place. Ali Edulan. At mukhang papalitan dito si Ruben Doctora. Despite having a great game, Ruben Doctora does have many years in those legs, and perhaps they're trying to preserve him and manage his minutes to ensure that he is available to them throughout the season.
It is going to be a long season, and it looks like Edulan is going to take the place of Rena, who was stretchered out.
Number 8, Yuan Rena, replaced by number 12, Keith Edulan.
The goal scorer, Balot Doctora, applauded going out for being replaced by Ali.
Replaced by number 26, Ali Gamlush.
Maaaring hindi rin napansin ng mga viewers natin, pero si Cristal stepped out of the pitch to head into the locker room, so it's momentarily 10 against 11 here para sa Philippine Army. Isaac Ano. First touch there for Ali.
Let's see if Army take advantage of this.
Fayol bodies his defender, but he's used too much of his hands there. Let's have a look at it. Outstretched arm. Player goes down. on the hour mark. Still a 1-0 advantage for Valenzuela PB. Mendiola. It looks like Ali is slotted into that position where Doctora was. As a number 10, just in behind of the strikers. Slight tug. Play goes on. Lovely tackle.
It was well timed there at the back for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
It's one way to get your first touch, Edulan.
A player, of course, who started in their first game against Manila Digger.
Cristal back on the pitch. Initially, when he was running off, I thought they were going to be replacing him, which would have been quite a surprise. Cristal amongst the standouts tonight for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
As well, of course, as Balot Doctora, who has now scored in back-to-back outings for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Ooh, lovely piece of skill. He's bodied the Silva there, but illegally. Great piece of skill initially on the left side. Let's have a look at that. Hello. Ali wrong-footed. And right here, use of the forearm. Malaki Gatinaw. Huling-huli.
There's a bit too much arms for the side of Gatinaw. But Bernardo really has been proving that he can be one of the main players for the side of Philippine Army. He's got great technique, able to keep the ball despite high press being put on him, able to wiggle his way out of danger and to start the attack for the side of Army.
And one thing that many people will be keeping an eye on in this match is how is the fitness of Philippine Army this season? We talked about them putting their best foot forward in the first 15 to 20 minutes of a half. How do they sustain? And they've been known to fade a little bit as the match wears on. We're in that territory now. We're going to see how their legs are. Takardon taking a risk. And he's giving it away. Seeing red. Had an opportunity to pull the trigger and he took it.
Padilla is taking his chance from distance, but nowhere near the goal frame. Did have time and space to venture on a bit more forward, but a bit too rushed on taking that shot.
Wrong footing. Takardon. Ali can grab control. It's out wide. Fayol. Trying to find Ano. It's a tricky one for the defender. Bernardo. Firing it clear. Valenzuela PB, Mendiola. Seemingly happy with their lead here. Haven't been too threatening going forward, except for that lovely opportunity for Isaac Ano. Deep ball. Slight touch is enough from De Guzman. Ali can square up. Touch is a bit strong, but he keeps it. Lapas is wearing the captain's armband. Says a lot about the young man. Their conductor in midfield. Heavily involved since coming on. Ali. Oof, got a bit awkward there for Viray. Cross na naging shot mula kay Francis Tacardon.
It's a great way to test the goalkeeper. Ball went back to him. Tried to dip it right behind the goalkeeper, but Viray alert to the challenge and that tips that one over the crossbar.
Corner kick looming. Crestal has traveled over to the opposite side. Had an opportunity in their last set piece. Can they get another one here? Looking for Ano. Viray gets it up. Out for another corner kick on the opposite side.
We could see now wave and wave of attack coming from Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. Testing Viray more and more in the last few minutes. Head coach Jeffrey Kwaikong sparking out instructions for his squad.
In swinger, Ali gets a touch to it. Fayol couldn't quite square that back into the danger zone.
A closer look at Coach Ronel Hener for the side of Army. Long serving, and now with this transitional moment to lead the charge for Army.
They're exploring playing short. Chance dito para kay Fayol. Minsan lang natin nakikita na build up straight from the back itong Army, and munti ka na silang madisgrasya. Viray. Short to Villaseñor. I feel like I gotta rub my eyes here. Natasha, I've never seen Army attempt this. It goes to show that this is the direction that they're heading. They want to be able to stay up to date with the modern style of play, so to speak. With more teams hoping to be able to build up straight from the back. Mar Garza getting it out wide. Bernardo.
And you could see that valiant effort, of course, as you said, to stay up to date, up to trends, to get on those transitions and to hold possession much longer. But at the end of the day, what's most important is what you do with that possession. If you can translate that possession or those short passes into chances created and eventually into goals, that's what wins you games.
Army, like 2/3 of the way there. They're doing a lot right. And I think one of the questions we posed early in this broadcast and in this match was what version of Army we were going to get this season after a very disappointing spell in 2024. We're seeing a version that is providing a lot of promise, a lot of potential.
Now more important than ever is for Army to build on that potential.
Couple substitutions now para kay Coach Ronel Hiner. Quezon Jumawan papasok. Pati na rin si Jomar Acedo. Ang papalitan ay si Roy Kent Bedia at si Mark Linen de Guzman.
Substitution for Philippine Army.
Fresh legs for the final 20 minutes.
Mark Linen de Guzman, replaced by player number 2, Cresol Bukawan. Substitute for Philippine Army, number 31, Roy Kent Bedia, replaced by player number 10, Jomar Acedo.
Let's see, of course, how the substitutes bear fruit for the side of Army.
Pressure on Etheridge. Goes long. It's a meaty aerial challenge. Got a lot of the ball, Cortez. He did come in with quite a bit of momentum. Look at that from Cortez. There was a time when that wouldn't warrant a whistle, but those times are gone. De Silva.
One of the 4 new signings for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. As we've mentioned, a revamp for them this season. They lost 9-2 against Manila Digger in their opening match, but we saw moments of brilliance from them. Isaac Ano connecting with Fayol to get that goal.
Fayol.
Balot Doctora converting a penalty in that first game. Of course, they continued on that momentum in the second game. Balot Doctora getting the only goal so far in this matchup to put Mendiola with the slightest of leads.
Margarce. Cool, calm, collected since coming on. Celis unable to bring that down. Looking to play quickly. Celis. Naghahanap ng magandang option. Nandyan si Margarce. Boogie gets it back. He's gonna spread it. Celis. He's gonna go for it. Had options inside the box. Decided to go alone. Again, another promising piece of play from Army that ultimately wasn't able to test the target.
You feel already a little bit like a broken robot saying the same thing over and over again for the side of Army. The vision is there. They're able to bring it to the attacking third. Just the decision making up on top, or the quality of finishing, just hasn't been at par.
Ali losing out. Bernardo gets it wide. Chance dito para sa Army. Katinao. Trying to sell the call. Not going to get nominated for any acting prizes for that one. The player down. He's having trouble breathing, it seems. Quezon Jumawan. Did take quite a bit of contact in the earlier coming together. It looks like there's going to be a yellow card that's going to be put up here, and it is going to be on Ali. He came in a bit late, and he continued play because nanatili yung bola kasama ng Army. Ito makikita natin, no? And there it is. Foot was high. It's just scraped the thigh. You see the play on, or the advantage played by the referee, and this is great officiating once more from Raymart de los Santos.
Let's choose to let the play unfold to see if Army had the advantage when they didn't. Makes the call again before giving that card to Ali.
He's been heavily involved since coming on Gamlush. Ali. He's had a few dangerous touches inside the final third. He's got a yellow card to his name now as well. Not a lot of time left. 14 minutes in regulation. The Philippine Army have been good value in this second half, and perhaps a bit of concern for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They've done well to keep things reasonably in their control, but they haven't pressed on their advantage, Natasha.
Exactly so, Jing. As we said, possession-wise, they've been very well. Their build-up of play has been good. But let's see if they can turn the tides in their favor. There's still time for them to still get much in this game and to get a goal.
Valenzuela PB Mendiola will want that second. Will it be through Isaac Ano? Villaseñor recovering well. A one-goal lead, never safe. You want to be able to get that bit of safety. Just make sure you are beyond reach. Razonable hinahanda na dito ni Coach Koy Kong. Army looking to press. Ardon drifting into the middle. Ano, definitely onside. Support on the left side. And Crestal, you're going to see he's disappointed there. Medyo na-delay yung pasa eh. Army playing quickly. Waiting for numbers inside the box. Bernardo takes the pass, right-footed effort, just over. Roy Nick Bernardo, not too far away there.
That's one of the best chances we've seen so far from the side of Army. Not on target, but the closest that they've been and the best chance that they've taken.
Patience at the edge of the box. Didn't cross it when there was nobody there. Razonable, papasok ngayon para kay Takardon. Siguro mahihiritan niya mamaya si Isaac Ano. May assist sana ako, brother. Belgira ngayon, papasok. At si Roy Nick Bernardo, last contribution niya. This one right here. Roof of the net. Just needed it to dip a little bit.
So Belgira comes now in a place for Bernardo for the side of Army.
Da Silva staying forward. Fayol looking to find him. And that's going to be a yellow card for Da Silva. He knew he was out of position. So he was trying his best to try to delay the play. He's gone about it in a way that might have hurt Viray here. There's a moment where it felt like things might have escalated there for a moment, but Army keeping their cool. 10 minutes to go. De Silva's going to get a yellow card here. It's either for his push or for his falling down as if he's been hurt on the plate.
It's one of those moments that's just completely unnecessary to do.
De Silva trying to grab onto him. And he's gone down as if he's hurt himself. It's a rather humorous moment, actually, in hindsight.
Kung meron lang tayong Shakti na fool, ito na yon.
Time running out for Philippine Army. Despite a valiant performance, ultimately this would be 0 points for them. And all three para sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Who, to be fair, we've spoken a lot about Philippine Army, their improvements, the progress that they're making, but similarly, we could say the same things about Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They've looked a lot more assured in this performance. Isaac Ano is touched back. Opportunity to curl it from La Paz over the bar.
And as you said, for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, they've been more dangerous with the chances that they have created. And eventually, that's how they did get the goal. You'd feel that they could have scored a bit more goals as well for their side.
The glaring one, of course, the one on Isaac Ano had. Bounced awkwardly for Crestal. He'd done well. Fayol doing enough to get it to La Paz. That's not going to get to Ano. Margarce with his head up. He's got room to operate. Pick out his pass. Ali holding his ground. Not in a rush. Game has been controlled well by Raymar De Los Santos, you have to say. As substitutions are made now. Alex Mahendran at si Reggie Sulit papasok. Gustavo Da Silva papalitan. At mukhang si Eric Manlapas will be the one to make way.
Substitution for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Player number Player number 23, Eric Malapas, replaced by player number 99, Alex Mahendran. Number substitution for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
There's a bit of more cautionary for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Taking out De Silva, who got a yellow card. He is their center back.
Both teams have made all of their substitutions. This is how the match will finish in terms of the cast on the field. 5 minutes to go. Can Army find their way back in? And will Mendiola nab their first 3 points of the season? Ano, able to turn. Got support from Fayol. Ano! Just wide.
Ano with 2 players on him. Fayol was open. Decides to take a shot. Shot was off target.
See the intention here. He's trying to curl it into that far post.
But that was just way wide.
Another great opportunity para kay Isaac Ano. He's worked hard today. He's gotten in the right positions. Goal na lang ang kulang. They haven't faded, Philippine Army. They remain upbeat and seemingly dangerous. Ali, walang suporta mula sa right side. And finally, nakarating. Reggie Sulit. Going for the nutmeg. Gives up possession, Boogie Margarce. Out wide. Celis has an opportunity, a one-on-one. Edulan doing well to delay. Safety first. Lovely tackle, taking it away. Looking to spread it. It's just beyond Acedo. Ali bundled over. Will remain with Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They're getting very close here to getting 3 points. Malaking bagay para sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
First time, of course, these 2 teams went against each other in the previous edition of this tournament. 2 previous editions, rather. Ended in a draw. Mendiola, last season, finished last, and the last time Philippine Army joined the PFL, they finished 14th. So let's see how they aim to improve their finishing and their standing this season. Another interesting fact as well, the average age for the side of Army, around 30 years old, as compared to Valenzuela PB Mendiola, just 25.
Young side for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. I have to appreciate the potential that's there for them. When you look at the veterans, though, like Boogie Margarce has come on here. He's obviously raised the average age of this squad significantly. But the quality that he brings to the table, kitang-kita naman natin.
I also have to give it to Army, knowing when to put him in the game as well, milking him at the right time.
And you'd think yung average age ng Mendiola would have actually been, what, 23, 24? Kung wala si Ruben Doctora. Pero siya yung nakascore. So, andyan, yung nakikita natin yung the value of experience and the class that they bring. Still 4 minutes to go in added time.
And if, of course, Valenzuela PB Mendiola get away with a clean sheet, that also adds confidence for their side coming into their next game.
Kung makuha nila dito ang panalo, may equal na nila ang grand total nila from the previous season. Only got the one win. Finished rock bottom of the table.
So it would be a build-up for the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola in their first game, getting 2 goals against the side of Manila Digger. And then for the second game, scoring first. And a few minutes away of getting or registering a win if they can hold a relentless Army.
Celis unable to get that under control. Ali, he's got 2 options. He's gonna choose Fayol. Fayol, not in a rush, but he gives it away rather cheaply to Margarse. Out wide. Celis brought down, no whistle. Cristal powering through. He's been clipped from behind. Precious seconds. Will disappear here for Philippine Army. Ngayon, kung ito yung magiging kumbaga, ang level of play that we're seeing from teams that traditionally have struggled in previous editions of this PFL, we're in for a real entertaining campaign, as the level was very competitive between these two teams. Very enjoyable to watch. Some of the football from both sides quite pleasing to the eye.
This season, it's really just shaping up to be the best season yet. A lot more competitive teams, even the lower ranked teams, putting in that effort to get better, to get on that higher level.
Of course, we're still going to see action later on tonight. Isang team na lang actually ang hindi pa natin nakikita. And hopefully, we are very much excited and anticipating when they take the field. Opportunity here for Army. Goodness me. Great work on that right side. A final flurry from the men in white.
And you can't count them out until that final whistle. Really just playing their hearts out. Not giving it to Mendiola easily.
Keeping it in play. Trying to scoop that one. Didn't quite pan out. Last roll of the dice here for Army. Great use of the body to keep possession. Sena gets it into the box. Chance here. Edulan shuts the door. Margarse, expertly done. Last play. That's a loose touch, unfortunately. Celis gets it out wide. Jumawan, can he find a teammate here? Celis pulls the trigger, and that should do it. Valenzuela PB Mendiola survive a relentless onslaught from Philippine Army. In the end, first half goal from Ruben Doctora, enough to get all 3 points. Valenzuela PB Mendiola off the mark in this 2025-2026 season.
Well, you gotta love how Army just kept us at the edge of our seats until that final whistle, proving that they're still very much in this game, fighting until the very end. Valiant effort from the side of a Philippine Army to push Mendiola to the limit.
And he's going to be a very happy man indeed. Jeffrey Quaicong, new on the bench, 3 points in the bag. Valenzuela PB Mendiola doing just enough against a resurgent Philippine Army who were fantastic value for money tonight. But in the end, 32nd minute, goal from Ruben Doctora. Cool as ice as he slotted it into the corner of the net. The veteran making the biggest mark in this game. Look back at some of the action.
It was back-to-back action for both Army and Mendiola. Takardon getting his chances from distance, forcing Viray to make that save. Bernardo as well fakes his defender, gets himself space to take a chance, but just couldn't find the target. Ball doesn't dip quick enough.
Valenzuela PB. Mendiola had their chances as well. Isaac Ano in particular. A man will be hoping to get off the mark soon. Had his chance there. Had an opportunity with Takardon in front of the net. But ultimately, it does not matter. 3 points in the bag for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Philippine Army still searching for their first point of the season. We hope you enjoyed the action for our opener on this Sunday doubleheader in the PFL. For my partner Natasha Alquiros Dato, my name is Jing Hamlang. Stick around for more here. We are PFL.
Naging madali para sa amin. Ang daming adjustments kasi hindi pa ganun kabuo yung maglaro yung team. And ano pa, madami pang kailangan trabahuin sa next upcoming games. Anong pa? Shoutout po sa mga nagsusupport sa amin. Maraming salamat po.